divorced, I did the investigative work, and then I reluctantly went into stand-up as just for fun, and then
Reluctantly? How do you reluctantly go into something like
because
that?
it wasn't. I never had the dream
Okay.
of being a stand-up comedian.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because that's kind of what you are doing. That's what the career path you've had. What's your? You obviously don't want to be a cartoonist anymore.
I don't want to be a cartoonist anymore.
At what point did your dreams
I could only draw yippee.
evolve?
That would be a boring stand-up, just cartooning and stand-up comedy at the same time.
Although you're onto something. At what point did your dreams evolve to whatever they are now, whether they're stand-up related or performance related, writing or whatever?
That's a good question.
Because if they're not stand-up, what are your dreams? I
don't know if they were so much dreams, but they were. I don't know if I just seized an opportunity because
something you're good at.
When I was married and working those two jobs that I just worked just to get a paycheck, and had to work two jobs because one job wasn't cutting it. I had to work two in order to make a decent amount of money. But I would go into the garage, and I had a little desk out in the garage, and once again, let me go back to ancient times.
You had your typewriter?
I had a typewriter.
You still have one.
I still have typewriters.
I see dust on that Mac over there.
That Mac is just for show. Never mind. Sidebar.
Yes.
I forgot. I left it unplugged. It took me forever how to figure out just to plug the goddamn thing in and get it charged back up. Yeah. So, but
Old man Tripodis.
It hasn't moved since last week.
But I figured it out. Well, yeah, I had a typewriter out in the garage, and whatever hours I had after the baby went to sleep, and the couple hours, and sometimes it was in the middle of the night, I would go out there and I would write. So, and I would write funny stuff, serious stuff, whatever the case might be. I was probably more prolific writing in my 20s. Granted, it was crap, because.
So do you think comedy kind of you went toward comedy as a way of getting your material, what you were writing, out there?
Maybe I don't know, because maybe it was just I always used humor as a tool. Mm-hmm. When the jobs I had, this is where I hear a lot of people think where they make a mistake. A lot of people, well, I'm funny at work, so I should be a stand-up comedian.
Right.
I make everybody laugh at work, so I should be a stand-up comedian. Well, I was one of those guys where I did make everybody laugh at work, and I was funny at work. Now, I didn't think I'd be a stand-up comedian. I only went to stand-up when it first happened to relieve the stress. I was an investigator, and I was working two very complicated cases at one time, and used to love to go to comedy clubs just to chill out and relax. And then one night there was an amateur night, and I went up and I started talking about, you're right, some of the things that I had written about my family. I started doing jokes about my family. Everything I did on stage was honest. It wasn't, I went to Taco Bell last night at 2:00 in the morning, and no, it was about being divorced and having a neurotic mother and an overbearing.
I remember those really early jokes about your mom.
Yeah. So, and probably the worst thing that could have happened was I got laughs, which is very addictive.
They like.